Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our webinar series called the Metaverse Collective. It was formerly called Comadres in the Metaverse. Today, yours truly, I'll be talking to you about building your brand in Web3. Web3 marketing or Web3 branding refers to marketing strategies and tactics that are specifically designed to reach audiences within the Web3 ecosystem. So let's get started. My name is Shirley Lopez. I have been a member of the Anima Collective since April 2020, as it was formerly known as Las Comadres, which has recently rebranded to Anima Collective. And to be honest, I'm so happy about this exciting new rebranding of Las Comadres, now the Anima Collective. The Anima Collective is an organization of women building relationships in business and also on a very personal level. I definitely recommend that you check out the Anima Collective. I am an entrepreneur. I have 2 established businesses and a startup. My 2 businesses are called LNL Process and Notary Force. They're 2 legal services companies. We are nationwide process servers and virtual notaries. My new startup is called Metadime. And what we're doing is we're revolutionizing customer loyalty and memberships for businesses in Web3. I am so excited today to inspire you to begin thinking about how you can build your brand in Web3. Or if you're a business consultant or a marketer, how you can help your clients define their brands in Web3. I hope that by the end of this talk, you're inspired to learn more about Web3. Please also remember that this new ecosystem is constantly changing. It's moving so fast. And I encourage you all to do your own research and anything that we talk about today, okay? Feel free though to use the Metaverse Collective Salon to engage in Web3 discussions where I can definitely use to answer your questions. That's if you are an Anima Collective member. But if not, also during this presentation, please do not hesitate to leave your questions in the chat. And what we'll do is after the presentation, I will address them all and feel free to add them into the chat as they come up to your mind, okay? So let's get started. I know a few of you are probably like, can we start at the very beginning? Like, what is Web3? So let me get into it. Well, starting with Web 1.0, which is basically the 90s. The internet was all about static pages of information, text and graphics. So it was considered read only. We look at pages on the internet, but have no interaction with that information. However, the art of branding goes way back to the static web, Web 1.0, when all businesses had just static websites. You couldn't really interact with those websites, but it progressed. And in the 2000s, we built Web 2.0, where everything became interactive, social media networks started to emerge, and people could begin interacting with one another by means of blogs, tweets, Facebook posts. Branding took a whole new level. And what's next? Well, Web 3.0, the decentralized web. After 1.5 decades, the internet is experiencing a paradigm shift into Web 3. Web 3 or Web 3.0 refers to the new and improved internet iteration. Blockchain technology is a primary pillar of Web 3. I won't go into exactly what blockchain technology is today, but compared to Web 2, which is a centralized system, Web 3 employs decentralization and tokenization to provide a private, secure, scalable, and transparent interface. The concept of Web3 is so large that it may be hard to grasp today. However, it encompasses blockchain, the metaverse, non-fungible tokens, decentralized finance, and several other components. Web3 is the next iteration of the internet. Vayner3, which is Gary Vee's Web3 consulting arm, they define Web3 as representing a digital-first reality for consumers. At the confluence of technology and culture, powered by an ethos of co-creation, Web3 creates an immersive, personalized, ownable internet. And what does that all mean? We're seeing a new way of sharing data and immersing ourselves into more interactive experiences. There are a number of reasons why we're seeing this rapid adoption of Web3 technologies. For one, they offer a more secure and private way to interact with the internet. With data breaches happening often, people are looking for alternatives to traditional centralized platforms. Additionally, crypto assets has made it possible for people to own and control their own data. This major shift from the way that we currently interact with the internet, where our data is often controlled by central authorities, the ability to become more self-sovereign and participate in governments in a decentralized manner has appealed to many people. Another reason for rapid adoption of Web3 technologies is growing popularity of NFTs. Non-fungible tokens, they are unique digital assets that can't be replicated or interchanged. This makes them ideal for collectibles, gaming, and other applications where ownership and authenticity are important. But I digress. Just like we went through an evolution of the communication with beepers, Blackberries, and eventually the smartphone, Web3 is the same concept of how the internet is evolving. Here's a quick video from Web3 equity founder Michelle Abs explaining Web2 apps versus Web3 apps. Oh, and why isn't it here? Of course, that's what happens, right? There we go.
Comparing Web2 apps to Web3 apps. Web2, Google Drive. Web3, Filecoin. Web2, Chrome. Web3, Brave. Web2, Netflix. Web3, LivePeer. Web2, Stripe. Web3, Ripple. Web2, Twitter. Web3, Farcaster. Web2, YouTube. Web3, Odyssey. Web2, Spotify. Web3, Audius. Have you used any of these apps? Let me know.
By the way, let me tell you a little bit about Web3 Equity as a side note here. Web3 Equity is an educational platform and organization holding in-person educational and networking events in Miami. I highly recommend if you are trying to find a starting point on learning and networking in Web3, Web3 Equity is a great place to start. Definitely check them out. So did this little exercise give you more of an idea of what is happening to the internet? Let's talk about how that impacts branding and marketing. As I mentioned at the beginning, Web3 branding refers to marketing strategies and tactics that are specifically designed to reach audiences within the Web3 ecosystem. Let's look at some of the attributes of Web3 branding. First off, transparency. Web3 allows for transparency and traceability in transactions, providing an opportunity for brands to showcase their values and build trust with their audience. Blockchain technology is often associated with the concept of transparency, which refers to the idea that all participants in the blockchain network can see and verify the data on the network. But what is the theory behind this transparency and why is it kind of so important? At its core, the theory of transparency in blockchain is based on the idea that trust is created through visibility. In traditional systems, trust is established through the use of intermediaries, such as banks or government agencies, that act as a trusted third party to verify transactions and ensure the accuracy of data. In a blockchain network, however, trust is established through transparency. The data on the blockchain is public and can be viewed by anybody that has access to the network. And the network is maintained by a decentralized community of participants who collectively verify and validate the data. This transparency creates several important benefits. First, it eliminates the need for intermediaries, which can reduce costs and increase efficiency. Second, it provides a higher level of security and accuracy. And third, it enables greater accountability and auditability as the data on the blockchain is tamper evident and can be traced back to its original source. All right, let's move on. Community focused. Web3 communities are often passionate and engaged, creating opportunities for brands to build relationships with their audience and foster brand loyalty. Using several tools of engagement such as rewards, tokens, and NFT memberships, brands are looking to create super fans out of their customer base using Web3 tactics, enabling customers to have a sense of brand ownership and commitment to the brand. Community is very important in Web3. Keep that in mind. Immersive experiences. You probably already heard about the metaverse. Web3 technologies like virtual and augmented reality enable immersive experiences that can be leveraged by brands to create engaging and memorable experiences for their audience. You've probably already heard about interacting with brands in the metaverse with virtual reality shopping and concerts and events. This opens up the door for a larger audience that may have never had access to interact with your brand before. Tokenization. Web3 technologies enable the creation of digital tokens, which can be used to represent ownership or access to products and services, aka NFTs. This presents an opportunity for brands to create new revenue streams and reward loyal customers. It's a very common Web3 branding strategy where customers can experience that brand ownership that we have not really seen in the past on a massive scale. Tokenization also allows for businesses to use this as a revenue driver in the form of memberships. Experimentation. Web3 is still in its early stages, which means that there's a lot of room for experimentation and innovation. Brands that embrace this new frontier and experiment with new business models and technologies can establish themselves as leaders in this space in the future. Interoperability. Web3 allows for interoperability between different applications and platforms, which can be leveraged by brands to create unique user experiences and differentiate themselves in the market. You're going to start to see that the use of interchanging applications throughout blockchain technology. So let's get into some actual use cases. Brands can use Web3 and the Metaverse platforms to host live events, release new products and services, create branding games to engage new customers, and so much more. The sky is the limit. Brands will need to think creatively to explore the best ways to tap into this emerging digital ecosystem, because there's no one way, and there's no right way of building your brand in Web3. Web3 is bound to positively impact consumer engagement, experiences, behaviors, and transactions. However, a remarkable impact is what businesses desire as they fine-tune their brand identity. Let's look at a few examples. American footwear company Crocs has launched its first Web3 project. The Metaverse experience created in partnership with the sports app Gen G includes virtual clothes, as well as the company's well-known shoes and sandals. During the event, users can try on new Crocs collections and show off their outfits at the Crocs booth. While they were there, they were also able to conduct a video shoot and publish it on their social feeds for a chance to win prizes. I'm going to play for you a quick clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing, just a quick clip of what this Metaverse for Crocs looked like. So they partnered with this Korean pop band, which I can't remember or pronounce the name. And this is basically what it looked like, the event. All right, let's move on to the next one. Bear Paint oh, actually it's still playing. Let me turn that off. All right, Bear Paint. Bear Paint Company made its first taste into the NFT space in a fun and colorful way. You wouldn't really think Bear Paint as a company that would be in the metaverse or in Web3. Well, in partnership with Doodles, a joyful collection of 10,000 NFTs, co-founded by digital artist Burnt Toast, Bear is helping bring Doodles' iconic colors to life in a one-of-a-kind immersive experience. They did this during the South by Southwest Festival last year. Vice President of Branding at Bear Paint Company, Andy Lopez said, "We are always looking for new and innovative ways to reach and motivate DIYers. And what better way to do this than entering the NFT space in partnership with one of the most colorful NFT creators, Doodles." Users become main characters inside Doodles' colorful world using Bear Paint, where they land, air, and space unite. Attendees have the exclusive opportunity to engage with Doodle's NFT world through a virtual painting wall featuring bare paint colors and a chance to collect the first ever POAP NFT by both brands. Featuring a custom design by Burnt Toast, printed a limited edition physical bare paint cans. The paint colors are conveniently located throughout the event space for anyone who wanted to create the Doodles experience, leveraging Doodle's palette in bare paint colors. By joining forces with such a celebrated community-driven NFT project like Doodles, which has captured the imagination of NFTs through innovation and art, this activation marks a unique opportunity for Bear to engage with the NFT community at South by Southwest, the hub for creators and innovators. Very cool of Bear. Here we are with Oscar Mayer. Craft food is driving Wienermobile Metaverse and NFTs to the forefront of its virtual mission. Last year, on October 11th, Kraft Foods made the most recent Metaverse trademark application with the trademark office for its classic Wienermobile. Kraft is creating a Wienermobile themed virtual restaurant in the Metaverse. The Metaverse will run a virtual restaurant that includes both virtual and actual goods, including food and drink deliveries in real and virtual worlds. Users can earn physical rewards. They can earn NFTs and crypto through entertainment services on the virtual Wienermobile restaurant. The iconic vehicle was designed to promote market Oscar Mayer goods and has been since 1936. 86 years later, it's time to put this hot dog back on the road, although this time digitally. I like that line. Budweiser. So Anheuser-Busch filed 5 trademarks very recently in its plans regarding NFTs in the metaverse. We need more beer in the metaverse. And this brewing company is making sure we get after filing a group of trademarks and applications. Anheuser-Busch filed a group of trademarks on April 14th with the US Patent and Trademark Office to take its famous beer brands into the metaverse. The company filed to trademark Budverse, which is very interesting. What are the marks for? Per the filings, here are some of the specific items the new marks would cover. Downloadable music files authenticated by NFTs, downloadable audio and video recordings, such as movie clips, memes, commercials, all of them authenticated by NFTs, downloadable image files containing trading cards, beer cans, artistic and creative works, memes, advertisements, all of them authenticated by NFTs, and downloadable multimedia file containing artwork, text, audio, video, basically everything. They trademarked it all, anything that has to do with their merchandise, beer, cans, all of them authenticated by NFTs. So that's pretty cool. Looks like they will be doing a lot of things with NFTs in the metaverse. Ford prepares to enter the metaverse with virtual automobiles and NFTs, a trademark application covering its future efforts in the metaverse and NFT space. Ford Motor Company is the latest car brand prepping its entry into the world of NFTs. The metaverse filing 19 trademark applications across its major car brands. The company had a total of 19 trademark applications, including their Mustang, Bronco, Lincoln, Explorer, and F-150 Lightning, among others. The trademark applications cover virtual cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and clothing for its brands, and also cover a proposed online marketplace for NFTs. According to the USTPO documents filed by Ford on September 2nd, the car manufacturer plans to create a downloadable artwork, text, audio, and video featuring its cars, SUVs, trucks, and vans. All of them NFTs. So, automobile companies like Nissan, Toyota, and Hyundai have announced plans to expand into rapidly growing metaverse space, while luxury car manufacturers such as Bentley and Lamborghini have already rolled out NFT collections. So this is pretty amazing to see the car industry also revolutionizing. But what's very exciting is the Starbucks has launched and is in the process of launching its blockchain-based loyalty program and NFT community. It's called Starbucks Odyssey. This new initiative, which includes coffee-themed NFTs that translate to real-world experiences, is an extension of Starbucks' existing loyalty program. Starbucks Rewards, but leverages Web3 technology. Starbucks Odyssey is envisioned as a way for its most loyal customers to earn a broader, more diverse set of rewards beyond their perks they can earn today, like free drinks. Instead, Odyssey is introducing a new platform where customers can engage with interactive activities called journeys, and when they complete them, allow members to earn collectible journey stamps, which is Starbucks' less geeky way of saying NFTs. The journeys are designed to promote the Starbucks brand and teach customers about coffee and the company's history. They could include any number of activities like watching videos, taking quizzes, playing puzzles, or even going to try out new drinks. The latter example is part of what makes Starbucks Odyssey more interesting than some other corporate NFT initiatives, as it's actually connected to the company's existing loyalty program and their business goals, rather than functioning as quickly tacked on addition. In the case of journeys tied in-store purchases, Odyssey members would scan their existing NFT rewards card when purchasing the required drink and from the menu. That activity would be shared back with Odyssey, and they would be able to earn member rewards. Members still earn stamps, that is a coffee-themed NFT. These stamps also unlock special experiences. I believe Starbucks has come out with a lifetime coffee NFT as well, or something like 30 years or something like that. There will be 3 levels of benefits and experiences that can be unlocked. So they can unlock online experiences, virtual classes, such as, classes for how to make an espresso martini, or even really cool access to unique artist merchandise, and also gain experience in real world events with Starbucks. So that was pretty cool, right? Looking into what brands have been up to in Web3. And you're probably looking at me like, where do I start? Preparing your brand for Web3. The very first thing that I suggest that you all do is follow Web3 market trends and stay abreast of what is brand new. As Web3 is still in its nascent stage, keeping up with new markets trends can allow your brand to experiment and prepare for changes on the internet to stay relevant and competitive. Also, I highly recommend that you understand blockchain technology. Web3 is primarily based on this technology, and to keep up and prepare for Web3, businesses need to learn and have a pretty good understanding of blockchain technology. It doesn't mean that you need to become a developer to understand. However, you should understand the fundamentals and how it is impacting your industry specifically. This could be for any industry, even non-technical industries. The third thing I recommend, of course, for any marketing strategy to succeed, the brand should maintain a stable presence wherever its target audience is. So by understanding data insights from the brand's communities. Increased data privacy means lesser data. As a result, businesses should start building communities to improve customer relationships and boost brand loyalty. This will allow them to keep leveraging data to make sure effective marketing, to ensure they can make effective marketing decisions. Once you have a grasp on your community, what is the most effective way to reach them? How do you communicate with them? What kinds of services and products do they want to see? What kinds of partnerships would they value? A few of these strategies that we saw today have been focused on brand loyalty, which encompasses rewards, memberships at Metadyne. I am so sorry, there's somebody that I'm going to mute. Sorry about that. All right. So going back to a couple of ways that we saw that brands are doing today is increasing their brand loyalty with rewards and memberships. And that's actually what we're doing at Metadyne. We've also seen brands creating exclusivity with their products and services using NFTs and building the ecosystem for their brand's super fans. We've also seen brands begin to see the value in providing a new immersive experience through the metaverse, which brings access to more people to your brand that otherwise, like I said before, would not have had access to. The metaverse can also include aspects of real life, like how Oscar Mayer Wiener and their virtual restaurant is offering eating in the metaverse, but also eating with food deliveries, with real food deliveries. And we've seen brands partnering with Web3 projects to get a taste of what they could possibly do in the future. And that is actually a very good and highly recommended way of seeing how you can partner with existing Web3 projects and see how your brand can assimilate. It's important to also understand where the hurdles are with Web3. Web3 is a complex technology that can be difficult for the average user to understand and adopt. And that is something that we at Metadigm have been seeing when we speak to businesses, how difficult it is for their own consumers to understand what Web3 is and what they're doing. So the lack of education and awareness about Web3 is a major hurdle for adoption. Many people are not familiar with blockchain and its applications, but that's okay because it's going to get easier. The user interface for Web3 applications can be confusing, with different tools and terminologies that may not be familiar to most users. And that's why I always recommend don't even say the word NFT. So what can businesses do to ease customers into Web3? One, education and awareness campaigns. Businesses can help educate their customers about Web3 and blockchain technology through webinars, blog posts, and other resources. By doing so, they can raise awareness about the potential benefits of Web3 and dispel misconceptions about its complexity. At the same time, businesses will then be creating content that will elevate them as having Web3 experience. What else? Number two, simplified user experience. Creating user-friendly interfaces for Web3 applications is crucial for adoption. This includes simplifying the languages used. Like I said, don't even use the word NFT. Call them digital memberships, digital assets. Providing clear instructions and making the process of interacting with Web3 applications as intuitive as possible. Three, rewards and incentives. Businesses can offer rewards and incentives to users who adopt Web3 technology. This can help encourage them to try out new Web3 applications and see benefits for themselves. And again, it's something that actually Metadigm is doing, helping businesses not use the word Web3, not use the word NFTs, not use the word blockchain, but still assimilate their current loyalty programs and their current membership programs into a way where it takes them into that Web3 journey. Partnership with blockchain startups, partnerships with blockchain startups. Partnering with blockchain startups can help businesses to develop and integrate Web3 solutions more easily. These startups can help offer expertise and support in developing and launching Web3 applications, such as metaverse experiences. Web3 adoption is not without its challenges, but businesses can take steps to help ease their customers into this new technology. By educating their customers, providing a user-friendly interface, offering adequate support, and partnerships with blockchain startups, businesses can help drive that adoption and unlock its full potential. So the key takeaway here is Web3 is the new and decentralized iteration of the internet founded on blockchain technology, has piqued brand owners' interest. Both moguls and newbies invest in Web3 by centering their brands on this space and incorporating blockchain technology. At the end of the day, the user experience and the interface is only going to get easier and more ubiquitous. While interacting with the internet today is having to log in, add your passwords, all these other additional things, Web3 technology will eventually be part of your daily life. You're not going to even notice it. It's just going to be everyone's future. You'll not even realize what's happening behind the scenes. So this is where we're headed. We're headed into using cryptocurrencies. We're headed into better data storage. We're headed into the metaverse. We're headed into using NFTs, not saying the word NFT, but using the technology behind NFTs. And decentralized applications, also known as dApps. So I wanted to provide a couple of resources that I use in order to stay informed. These are a couple of the podcasts that I listen to. Getting Started with NFTs by Brian Fanzo. He is great, by the way. I love that guy. Definitely check out his podcast. Podcasts, by the way, there's 1 million of them in Web3. Definitely start with just listening to different podcasts and exploring. There's one called Web3 Simplified by Sean Spessy. There's the blockchain.com podcast by blockchain.com. And I love the Edge of NFT podcast. They are always talking about the latest projects that are coming out. So definitely go browse your podcast provider. Newsletters. There's one called WTF FinTech. What is FinTech? It's a great newsletter that encompasses a lot of blockchain technology, a lot of NFTs, a lot of financial information. Bankless as well. You've probably seen them all over social media as well. Networking and conferences. I highly recommend just immerse yourself into networking and conferences here in Miami, if you are in Miami. We've got Miami NFT Week coming up in March, the end of February and beginning of March. It's going to be a very exciting time. There's going to be a lot of events going on for that week. Web3 Equity, like I had mentioned earlier, is a local organization, educational, and it's about connecting people into Web3 and getting them onboarded. So I highly recommend those. Besides that, Miami is just now being known and out there as the tech hub of possibly the United States. I don't know if it's going to surpass Silicon Valley one day, but we're on that track and it's not stopping. There's so much technology coming to Miami that if you are a brand present in Miami and South Florida, gotta be in that community. So I highly recommend getting yourself immersed. All right, let's open it up for questions. I will pause the recording here for a second, if I could figure this out. No, I can't. All right, we're not going to pause the recording. So let me see if we have any questions, or does anybody want to unmute themselves and ask a question, please? Or do you have a question about your own business? And perhaps I can give you some pointer or some kind of recommendation right now. Anybody?
I will jump in. Shirley,
Yeah.
I love what you're doing, and this was very informative. I am watching the Web3 Metaverse emerging technology space, and it's wonderfully intriguing. My question, I guess, is about gamification and where we see that as a part of the series of immersive experiences that are ahead.
That's a really good question. And so when we think of gamification, we really think of the viral effect, right? Of how an act can cause excitement and get the community just backing up this one brand, right? And so really right now, like I said, we're being immersed into being connected, social media. Everything now is a way for us to reach each other. And that's how brands can do this. And one way that I'll explain this is brand loyalty, and how right now I can buy a NFT to Coachella and be a lifetime member to Coachella and bring my friends along, and and talk about how I am such a fan of let me mute there. Okay, sorry about that. And so give me more of a actual
So you were
real life
talking about
experience that you.
Coachella and how you can add brand loyalty and bring your friends along. And what I am imagining, we're in the 50th year of hip hop right now, and I am planning a series of immersive experiences. And I believe that with respect to what technology offers us, we could take it back as far as 1520 Sedgwick, where Kool Herc created that first party. But I think that there are amazing ways to
What a cool idea.
I mean, like just always trying to think outside of the box, but
yeah,
ways to use these technologies not only to engage audiences, to build community, but also to make this fun and give sort of an entryway to current and future generations, because there's a major disconnect between baby boomers and Gen Alpha. That said, like we're all on Zoom, we're all on TikTok, we're all on Instagram, we're all on, well, take Instagram and Facebook seem to be, going the way of the dinosaur, or rather the way of the dodo bird, but like in as much as we see TikTok having a major uptick in brand viability and ways that folks are able to engage audiences, I'm just intrigued with what you see as how tech is going to help us move in the direction. And I was asking specifically about how gamification has the potential not only to take us, but to afford brands these opportunities, and you're doing such a great job speaking to these that, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Thank you so much, Damien. One thing that I have to overemphasize on all of this is that the user experience is just going to get easier. And so the adoption is really our biggest hurdle right now. And it just seeing the evolution of all these things that are coming out and how we're going to really start to see the Web 2 mold into Web 3, right? And seeing that kind of blurred line between the two. I think I lost track of your question, but thank you, Damien. And I'm sorry, I just lost track of your question.
It's perfectly okay. You're speaking directly to what it is that I am hoping for. I sent you a message on LinkedIn to see if I could get this recording from you, because the early part of this, like I'm so engaged with what you're actually saying that I can't even take notes, and I think that there's such like great value here that at some point I'm really going to have to dissect this and actually like take this back to opportunities that I'm working on, which obviously we will engage in offline.
Well, Damien, we have to set up a meeting. It's been a while. We have been wanting to set that up. So for sure, we'll do that as soon as we're off. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else? Marcelo, tell me what you're working on. Marcelo, are you there? Marcelo's up there.
I can jump in, Shirley.
Yeah, jump in, Carlos. Hey.
Right. So it's not really a question. It's more of a comment. I got tickets this weekend to the Miami Yacht Brokerage Show, and when the ticket came in, it had a QR code, and I noticed that the transaction ID looked a lot like a blockchain hash. So I Googled the company that organizes it, and it's called EventPass. Event Pass is one word. confirm that
lost
they
you there.
do their thing on a private blockchain. So I have a bad signal here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can
better?
hear you now.
Okay, so point being is that the transition to blockchain and Web3 for this company and how they interface with the public is seamless. The consumer doesn't know or doesn't
Right.
care.
You didn't
that it's
even
on a
you didn't even
blockchain.
notice
They're just
it,
going to be the
right?
only ones that can use that ticket, and right, that's it. So it's going to be
Fantastic.
happening. It's
What
going to be
event?
seamless, and for the
Yeah, very cool. What event was that?
the Miami Yacht and Brokerage Show.
Oh, Miami Yacht and Brokerage Show.
Boat show.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very cool. All right. I'd love to hear more how that event goes.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, anyone else? Anthony, tell us. I see you unmuting. Don't be shy.
Yeah. I was wondering more about the if you can expand a little more on the way that files can be kept safe and secure through the blockchain. Like for instance, HIPAA related material that needs to be secured. How does Web3 allow for greater security control?
Well, you're asking a very technical question, Anthony. And I cannot answer that question, unfortunately. Yeah, I would refer you to, actually, Damien, can you answer that question? I don't know if Damien can answer that question either, but that is a very technical, Jules.
I apologize.
Might be on.
I apologize. I was literally typing, but if you ask the question again, I can attempt. What was the question?
He's asking how like medical information can be more secure on the blockchain.
Or like, yeah, any information in general, but medical would be definitely a prime example. Yeah.
Well, I would say that similar to the way that the smart contract works, there would be some series of identifiers that would afford you some sense of security, but I'm not a technologist in the way that would be helpful to your end question. But I would say as technology advances, we have this series of gateways that we're going to have to walk through to be able to get to whatever the end goal is. And because of even just the personalization of your device, there are certain securities that are set. Like you're not able to get into this Zoom without an invite, without an RSVP. You know, it's going to advance in this series of ways that are going to not only make your information more secure, but make the optimal user experience that much more feasible, if that helps or makes sense.
That is a really good answer. Thank you, Damien. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jules, I see you're on. You snuck in here.
Yes, I saw your message.
Jules, do you want to introduce yourself? That's okay.
Yeah, sure. My name is Jules. I'm the founder of the Agency of Abundance. We are an agency that specializes in Web3 software development, in marketing, and it's really what we love to do. We love to build this type of technology that's going to change the world. So we're doing very gracious to be working in the back end, doing some of the coding from the dime. It's an honor to work with Shirley and her team. There's some great people, and they're solving a huge problem. They're delivering a solution to the marketplace that is going to be in increasing demand every minute of every day. The demand for this product she's building is increasing. So it's a beautiful thing. And I know she's gonna have a tremendous success with this. And honored to be part of it.
Thank you, Jules. I appreciate that. And Damien, I didn't give you the chance to introduce yourself too. Did you want to introduce yourself? I know you're in this space as well.
My name is Damian Williams. I am the chief executive of the Annie Agency, which is a strategic marketing company. We do everything from ideation to execution and all of the minutia in the middle. I have the good fortune of having met Shirley at an amazing interactive event during Art Basel Miami. And one of the things that she and I are going to work on this coming year is something very similar that will add to not only this conversation, but to the space wherein Black and Brown creatives are able to not only foster, but extend opportunity amongst, because it is deserved.
Yes, so important. Thank you for that. That's a really great point. I really love that, Damien. Thank you. Anybody else want to introduce themselves? Spotlight. 1, 2, 3.
Hi,
All right.
everybody. Hello.
Oh, hey, Dr. JB, tell us.
Hi. Yeah, just real quickly, I am working in the metaverse and creating communities in the metaverse. My company's name is Hope for Med, and it really is focused on tackling burnout amongst healthcare professionals and increasing career longevity. And I'm using the metaverse because it allows the opportunity for anonymity as well as community building simultaneously.
Love it. Oh my goodness, it's the first time that I've heard of that. Wow, I love it. I love to hear industries that have zero tech, zero. They're not technology industries. And to hear how you're utilizing this tech to reach more people and become more transparent and become more loyal, and all these different aspects of building your brand, your business. Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. JB. It was great meeting you. Anyone else before we run off? Anyone else? Patricia, hello. Hello, darling.
Hi, Dr. JB, long time.
Hey, how are you?
Very good. Hi, everybody.
Patricia, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Patricia Beitler. My agency is Velocitas. We're a full service marketing and PR agency. And we actually work with Dr. JB creating her brand and her website during the pandemic. So that was fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much. Awesome. And Anthony, I skipped over you. Anthony's actually helping with, Anthony's an attorney and he's helping with the Miami-Dade Bar Association Technology Committee. And we are launching webinars and information about tech, about Web3, about everything to attorneys. Can you imagine that? That's what we're doing. So Anthony, do you want to say a couple words?
Sure, yeah, definitely. It's a really great space to have come upon, and at the right time too, because it really is an opening doors in a way that's that allows for creativity to really flourish in a way that's never been done before. So it's something exciting that and attorneys have
Fantastic.
a world.
Thank you, Anthony. All right. Go ahead.
Oh, just that the legal industry is very conservative in the sense it's old-fashioned, and so this
Yes.
being able to inform them and work together moving forward is important.
Absolutely. I am so interested in what's going to happen in the legal sphere when it comes to blockchain. Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. And I'm going to conclude our meeting today. Thank you all for joining and being here and asking your questions and supporting. I really truly appreciate each and one of you. I'd love to sit down with any of you as well. If you have more questions and how I can help, you can reach out to me directly at my email, of course. And you can scan the QR code, connect with me on social media and everything. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day and let's stay in touch.